know that there is a place in the USA, United States of America, called Ibo Landing? This place I'm talking about is a historic site at Dunbar Creek on St. Simon's Island, Georgia, USA. Let me tell you the story of how that place got its name, Ibo Landing. During the olden days, when slave trade was still the norm of the day, Oyibo people, they go come Africa, come carry people as slaves, carry them go abroad as slaves. Then this particular day in 1803, the slave traders came down to Africa, to West Africa, to pack slaves so that they can sell the slaves and get money. This is their normal work at that time. So when they came, they packed a lot of slaves, but the majority of the slaves that they packed were Igbo people. Up to 75 of them were Igbo, while other tribes were there, but the majority were Igbo people. So when they packed these slaves, they brought them down to the United States of America. When they got there, so they sold each slave at the rate of $100 each. According to history, they sold the slave to John Cooper and Thomas Paulding for forced labor. That time, it was known by planters and slavers that Igbo people are very fiercely independent and resistant to chattel slavery. Chattel slavery is a case whereby the enslaver owns the slave. If he owns a livestock, he can buy and sell them at his own will. So Igbo people were known for being fiercely resistant to chattel slavery. So when they bought them, they now put them in a smaller ship called the schooner yoke that will transfer them to the island where their owner stays, where they can work for the owner. But along the line, when they were transporting these Igbo people to this place, this group of Igbo people rose up in rebellion. They revolted and they attacked those that were riding the ship. They attacked them, drowned them, and they took control of the ship. When they took control of the ship, they managed to bring the ship to land. So when they brought the ship ashore, all of them came down from the ship. History also said that this group of Igbo people were under the command of an Igbo chief that was among them that time. When the ship landed, they all came down from the ship. Do you know where the ship landed? This ship landed at this particular place they are calling Ebo Landing, at that St. Simon's Island. So when they landed, they all came down from the ship. When they came down from the ship, they said, no, we are not going to go into slavery. Instead of us to go into slavery, we rather take our lives. So they all held hands together. When they held hands together, they walked in unison, singing in Igbo, the water spirits brought us here, and the water spirits will take us home. So when they walked in unison, they just entered the water and drowned themselves, making a history that went viral. It created a lot of awareness. People were shocked that some people can take their life instead of going into slavery. That was among the first cases that was recorded as freedom fighting against slavery that was recorded in history. So that particular place where they drowned themselves got the name Ibo Landing. Their fight gave the rise in resistance of slavery at that time, which is one of the fights that led to abolishment of slavery.